Hi guys, look what I found today. I really don't need any more Lipo batteries, but if I see these laying around I still pick them up. Elf Bar 600, that one's got a USB-C charging port. Feels quite heavy actually, so it might be a full one. Okay, we'll have a look at that. And then this one, IVG 2400. I assume this is, well, it's got a port there, rechargeable port. I assume this is one of those ones you lift and twist. Yeah, with sort of 3 or 4 reservoirs. Oh, it's got a number there. 1, 4, yeah. So it's got 4 reservoirs of vape liquid in it. Can I just pull that apart? Oh, I'm going to have to use my... Yeah, I don't want to pull apart easily. Okay, I'll put a bit of extra force on that, get it apart, and we'll have a look inside. There we go, a bit of extra force. So, if you haven't seen inside these before, which is unlikely, I seem to have done a lot of videos, and so have lots of other people done videos on them. Lipo battery, lithium polymer. Should have some numbers on there telling us the size if we're lucky. No, this one doesn't appear to have the details on it. Usually they've got the numbers on there telling you the length and width, and usually tells you it's 3.7 volts and the number of milliwatt hours or ampere hours. There was something written on the bottom of there. Turn it the right way up. IVG 2400, 6.43 watt hours. Can we get that really close and focus? Or 6.48 watt hours. Yeah, okay, that's what it says it's got. I wonder if that bit will come off. Because I've pulled it apart rather forcefully, it's actually pulled those wires out of the circuit board. That's the actual sensor that detects when you're sucking. When you're sucking, it sends the power down those 2 leads. There's a black one and a blue one there. Into there, where there will be the heater element. 2 little brass pins in there that will make contact with the heater element. Looks like I could actually unscrew it if I wanted to. I have no interest in that part of it. That is where the vape liquid will be stored in some sort of, well, there'll be 4 tanks in there. My only interest in these is a free Lipo battery. I have got videos in my playlist looking at this fella. As I say, that detects when you're sucking. And it will also do the battery management for you. When you're cutting these, it's not a good idea to cut all the wires at once. If you cut them all at once, you'll be shorting out the negative to the positive, so it's better to cut them individually. Depends a bit on what state the battery's in. I mean, they're usually usable. Very rare that I find any that are completely flat. on there. That one on there. Hold my fingers out of the way so you can see the voltage. 3.68. 3.7 is more or less the standing voltage when they haven't been charged, although they can go down to about 3.3. And 4.2, 4.3 is freshly charged. That's a good sized lump of a battery there. Oh, there's the right in. That's better. 23,350. So 23 millimeters diameter, 35 millimeters long. Then the O at the end indicates it's a cylindrical battery rather than a flat one. 6.48 watt hours, 3.7 volts. So you store that somewhere where you can't accidentally touch both ends of it with something metal. And you don't want the bits of wire dragging around so they might catch on something. In fact, for now, we'll stick the sticky tabs back on there so we can't accidentally short it out. That has a timer function on it, that little fella. It only runs for about 10 seconds and then it switches it off again, so you can't overheat the heater element and also you can't suck for too long in one go. Do we actually want to see if we can get that bit out? I suppose we could. There we go. So that little circuit board there probably does nothing other than, well, your USB-C looks for various resistances between the tags. So that's what those resistors are for, which tells the charger what it's plugged into and how many volts and what current it should supply. And then, as I say, on that fella, if we can get back in focus, please. Oh, what's the problem now? Yeah, that fellow can actually do the battery management. Lighting's playing up a bit at the moment, isn't it? I wonder if my light is, if my light bulb's about to go. Anyway, I'm not going to bother taking that apart. As I say, it'll just be there'll be a little ratchet effect, so you can switch between the 4 different tanks or reservoirs or whatever you want to call them. So that can go in the bin. That might be useful if you want to connect something up to a USB-C power supply. So we'll save that, save the battery, and we'll save that. And we'll have a look at the other fella. Oh, lights come on. That's nice. Okay, well, that's just the cover. That is rather nice. 3 little red LEDs. And they've improved these a little bit from the ones that I used to get and just pull apart easily. That's the sensor sensing that I am in effect sucking on it. There we go. Right, that's your heater element in there, which is run by those 2 metal tags, which make connection with the light back on again. Come on, light. There we go. Make connection with those two tags in there. I should be able to just push this out with a bit of luck. Well, I was on the right track. I just had to push a little bit harder. I wasn't pushing quite hard enough. Nice little module. So circuit board on that end. Which must be doing the same as that sensor was doing. Oh, this is nice. That is. Four wires on it. Is that directly soldered on the end of the battery? Gonna have to pull it apart, aren't we? Oh, this is quite a find. This is more interesting than I expected. We'll do the numbers again. 13350, 13mm diameter, 35mm long, and the 0 to indicate it's a cylindrical battery. 3.7 volts, 500 milliamp hour, 1.85 watt hours. Yes, this is a change. I should have done this as a separate video. Well, clearly those two pins are the ones that go down to the heater element. The red and black wires are obviously the ones going to the battery because it's still attached. I guess the blue and red are the power coming in. So what's the yellow and white doing? Oh, lighting up the LEDs. Yeah, that's what they'll be for. Because some of these have they have a tiny LED on board. So I would think it'll be basically the same circuitry, just reimagined in a different layout. And again, I would assume that there'll be a timer setting so that you don't get power down to the heater element for longer than about 10 seconds. Oh, I like that. I'm pleased I picked that one up. Might do something else with that, or at least have another look at it at a later time. One final little thing. Brass contacts there. I say brass, they're probably some alloy. Well, brass is an alloy, but those have got magnets. So I'm guessing you could actually replace that bit. Yeah, that slides in and out easily. So that's a replaceable module. Yeah, interesting. Things have moved on from when I used to take them apart. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.